Hey, yeah, we back at it again. Real 100%. Me, Jay, light skin Shisha. You already know what's up. Giving y'all this real 100% content. But let's get into the video. I might cut some of that shit out.
Community.
True.
Where you see hip hop artists basically saying without saying it, because they didn't want to go too far, I'm loyal to hip hop. I ain't loyal to black people. You almost feel it. You almost feel it,
yeah.
right? Like, yeah, we might kill and talk about shooting and sexing the women, but that's what hip hop is. Okay, but it's negatively impacting the community. And they almost want to say, I don't give a shit.
Care. Yeah.
You see what I'm
Right,
saying?
that's facts.
So my thing is this. If the black community
facts.
cannot rehabilitate and re-anchor hip-hop culture back into the community that birthed it, we're going to have to destroy
And
it.
it's funny you say that because right here at the studio, Activated Studios, I have those same conversations with different artists. And like I said, a lot of them come from New York, just all over, and come here to make their music. And I say, well, you say this, but it affect.
Yes.
They be like, man, I don't give a. They
Yes.
tell me it's off camera.
It's almost like,
And they
you know what it's
laugh
almost
about it.
like? You know how we got the black bourgeoisie? They consider themselves above. They don't have to answer to nobody else.
Right.
They don't care how what they do affects the rest of us. The hip-hop community is almost a black bourgeoisie of its own.
Right.
We don't see it as
crazy.
that because they act like they from the hood. But think about it. They're not from the hood no more. They don't live there.
True.
You understand?
Right,
They don't
true,
party
true.
there.
Right.
They damn sure don't spend their money there.
Right.
So if you look at it, the hip-hop community is really the new bourgeoisie.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Think about it. They live in white neighborhoods. They all of them send their kids to white schools.
Right.
They only act like they still from the hood to stay relevant to sell their music. Outside of that, they live in white lives.
Kind of like Travis Scott, for
That's
example.
They live in
though.
white lives.
That's a great point.
That makes sense, though.
You still selling death and destruction to my kids while your kids going to $30,000 a year privileged white schools. That's what you call a traitor. The hip-hop community has betrayed black America. So why does it still exist? Because of the money. Black people worship money and materialism. And since the hip-hop artists can provide it, hip-hop ain't gonna go nowhere. We claim to be Christian. No, we not. We are idol worshipers. And the idol is money and merchandise. Most black Christians are not Christians. Most black Muslims are not Muslims. Most black Hebrews, Seventh-day Adventists, evangelists, Episcopalians, most African spiritualists, no, they not. They are idol worshipers. Look at how they live. I don't care what they profess. Look at how we live. Are we really worshiping God or are we worshiping money?
Dr. Umar, I got a challenge. I got a challenge.
Introduce yourself to the audience one more time.
It's Mouse Jones. I'm back. I just want to challenge some or just get a bit clarity from my own. When you say that hip hop isn't of the hood anymore, or hip hop has become this thing, are we talking about the culture of hip hop, or are we talking about the industry of hip hop?
I'm talking about both, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
I don't like when we have conversations about the degenerative side of hip hop and members of the hip hop community, which we all are, will try to scapegoat the degeneracy as gangster rap
Yeah.
and say that the culture of hip hop is something different.
Right.
That may be true, but you know what the problem is?
What?
If that is true,
Yeah.
why don't those who claim to identify with the progressive side of hip hop do not hold accountable those who engage in the degenerative form of hip hop?
How do you?
In other words,
Go ahead.
take the BET Awards, and of course BET owned by white folks. We understand, right? But guess what? The positive and the negative
quick.
are on showcase there. There's no
See, that's what I'm talking about. Shit like that. So BET is what? That stand for what?
Black entertainment television.
Right. So, but it's not owned by black entertainment. Well, it's not owned by brown skin or black people.
Not solely, probably.
I don't think it is at all. No, I mean, I believe it used to be maybe, but that was something that was supposed to be for like a FUBU, for us, by us type shit. So now it ain't no more. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, why did we not keep running that? Why did we not put our, you know what I'm saying, whoever these millionaires, billionaires, let's make sure we keep this in our culture, in our lane, because this is for us. I guarantee you, like, the country awards, I bet that's all by country people. Or if not country, they all white.
Sometimes it's hard to get people to support your dreams. So like somebody had to offer them an amount that they could not resist.
And they sold it out. So it ain't black, it ain't BET, shouldn't even call it BET no more. She call it WED. WET.
Shut up. It depends on who owns it. Again, we don't know who owns it, but I get it.
Delineation made. On all the hip hop platforms, the positive and the negative are on display. There's no delineation there. So if we want to make a delineation between what is hip hop and what is not, we got to do it more than in a conversation with Dr. Umar. Because the question I would ask people is Jay-Z hip hop?
Yes.
Most people say yes. Well, look at the content of his music. Isn't that degenerate? Is Notorious B.I.G. hip hop? Look at the content of his music.
Okay, so
Stay
this
with
is
me,
why
stay with
I'm
me,
with you.
stay
I'm with
with
you.
me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we can't call a kettle black on Monday and red on Tuesday. Either it's hip hop or it's not. And before you respond, let me give you an analysis to make it a little bit more clear. Let's take the African American Muslim community
Yes, sir.
and Christian community, right? There's brothers who go to the masjid for Jummah
Yeah.
on Friday.
In the outside wilding.
And they
Friday,
outside
Saturday.
wilding.
Yeah.
And when you go to the imam and say, that dude right there just took a life the other day. You let him for Friday prayer, you know what he gonna say? Then he's not living Islam. But if he's not living Islam, why the hell he in your masjid? Do you see what I'm saying? You're looking for a way not to have to engage the negative elements because you ain't got the courage to step to them and shut that shit down. And that's what's happening in hip hop. The conscious artists and those who claim that the gangster rap ain't really hip hop, why you ain't saying that to the gangster rappers? Why you ain't going to the BET Awards and saying no more nominations for negative content? If you
I'm gonna leave it up. So I only know one rapper that's out there that's doing it. That's challenging other rappers that's talking about negative and violence and shit like that.
Light skin dreads? What's his name? D1. Okay.
D1, I think he might be the only one that's challenging like a Jim Jones. What's my man's name? Meek Mill.
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden. You know what I'm saying? And whoever else he might have said something to about. I think Rick Ross too. You know what I'm saying? So he may be the only rapper that I know that's.
What about that one guy? The renegade person. Dax.
See, oh, you talking about Dax? Okay, I know you're talking about. I don't know if I ever heard him, or like not rapping wise, but I don't know if I ever heard him speaking about against other rappers. Like, yo, why y'all still talking about this degeneracy rapping, thugging, and gang banging, and whatever like that? You know what I'm saying? Downgrading women or shit like that. But I know for sure I done heard D1 speak out against other multiple rappers about, yo, we need to cut that out, talking about all this negative stuff, bees and whatever else negative thing y'all talking about, and do it in a better way. He might be the only one that I heard say that.
He had to beat it. They had no comebacks besides talking about his dreads.
Yeah. Yeah, but
that's how you know that what a person is saying is factual, because they don't have a response to respond to what you said. They're gonna talk about your presence,
your appearance,
your image. Yes, that
so
part.
you can't really say anything. Like, don't attack me. Attack the argument that I presented to you.
Yeah.
Disrespecting women, if you promoting violence, if you promoting irresponsibility, guess what? No more nominations for you. If that ain't hip hop, why that ain't been done yet? Show me the accountability.
I think the accountability happens on multiple levels, but I don't think hip hop holds itself accountable.
Thank you.
I agree with that. I agree with that 1,000%.
Yes, sir.
I have a video where I discuss hip hop being in desperate need of a Me Too movement.
Yes.
I talk about this.
Yes.
You know, we've come across each other and stuff.
Yes, sir.
You know, through Unc, through Charlotte.
Yes,
but
sir.
yeah, I'm always saying that. I think my problem is that when we sit as black people or members of black people as members of the hip hop community, we can't allow outsiders, we can't allow people, and sometimes it's black people that are outsiders too.
Okay.
Not every black person is a participant or lives the hip hop culture. You may be a black person, but the hip hop culture you may not subscribe to, right? So just because you're black, I don't look at you for that, right? I need to know that you partake in the hip hop culture, that you subscribe to the hip hop culture, to have such not talking about you.
I got
and
you.
I'm saying when we're looking at that. Basically, so to say that, I say the degeneracy, saying that is a part of hip hop, I don't know if it is. I know it's a crime. I know that it is a byproduct of. Most times, it's a byproduct of poor of being poor and growing up in poor, underprivileged communities. Like you said, you're a political scientist. I know you've seen it. All the studies show that it's not a black crime problem. That crime is is when opportunity meets underserved communities. That's why when they talk about crime in black neighborhoods, why? Because that's where the most poor people are, right? Crime happens where there are poor people, where there are not opportunities, where opportunities are far and few between, right? So
that's not rain.
Is it? Yeah, that is.
Go ahead, bro.
Oh yeah. So that's what I would say. I don't know that the degeneracy is a part of hip hop as much as it is a crime, but I wouldn't hold anybody in hip hop so accountable for talking about a life they lived or a life they grew up witnessing more than I would hold a journalist responsible for covering what's going on in Palestine or what's going on in war-torn countries.
With you on his grounds. A journalist is trained to report the news as it occurred without passion or prejudice. Our hip hop artists do not report their experience without passion or prejudice. They report it with both passion and prejudice, and they glamorize and glorify it. To tell me that this is all I can rap about because this is all I've seen, when you're living in $1 million mansion and your kids go to a white school, that's a complete hypocrite.
I agree, but I would ask who still does that?
Who still does that?
Like perfect example. You brought up
Who are the top 10 hip hop artists currently rapping right now? What is the content of their music?
I would challenge that most of them are not rap today. Or are you talking about all time?
Right now.
Yeah, I would challenge that all 10 of them are probably not talking about anything hood because that's not the most prevalent music right now. Yeah. Right?
Who?
All right, so we're talking about trap. I got this. You got Travis Scott.
I got this. What's his content?
We don't know what he's saying, but he's not talking about hood shit. He might be at most talking about like illicit drug use, but that's what he does.
But that's part of it.
He's the top 10 though.
He said top 10. What gangster rappers are top 10?
Top 10 street rappers.
That's not what he said. He didn't ask him for that caveat.
Deal with both.
He said both.
Let's deal with the top 10.
So if there's top 10, that's the top 10. Those are the people that are on.
The biggest,
those are the biggest artists, and those are the people that are selling to the mass audience. I would say Travis Scott. He ain't rapping about that. Maybe Kendrick, but he has balance. Okay. Drake. We all know when he talks that gangster shit, he's cosplaying. But
yeah, but he talked the gangster shit.
He does. He has some of that.
Who else?
Who would be up there? Then
Future.
Future
talk the gangster shit.
Future talks the gangster shit. Who then
21 Savage talks the gangster shit.
Get ready to press play at Zed in the Park. Google Play is dropping exclusive rewards and VIP experience.
I wouldn't say he's top 10.
Yeah,
I would consider him top 10.
Right now, he's top 10 for sure.
21 Savage.
Yeah. Boom, he's talking that gangster shit.
J. Cole.
He's not talking that gangster shit at all.
Right, I'll give Jay a pass.
Lil Uzi? No.
But talking popular. Like we're talking Boss Man D-Lo, Sexy Red.
I don't think most of the country knows who Boss Man D-Lo is.
Here's
Sexy Red. But I don't think most.
But you know what? Here's my
Sexy Red.
Trash.
Rebuttal, and this is why I disagree. You can't pick and choose what you want to consider and not consider hip hop when it's all done under that umbrella and nothing publicly is being done to differentiate.
I think the umbrella is blackness, not hip hop.
He in my mosque praying. He on the street killing. But when you come to me and ask me to hold him accountable, oh, he's not a good Muslim. But he's in your mosque though. So you saying that ain't really hip hop, but they all at the BET Awards though. They all at the concerts. They all at the
which is there to celebrate the work, not the human.
But you see what you're doing?
I'm just talking about I'm talking about the atmosphere.
Yeah, but
the
you're picking and choosing, bro. When is hip hop going to put some structure to the shit? Let me give you an example.
We're in agreement.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
Just like on the CDs, you know how they used to put parental advisory explicit lyrics?
Yes.
There needs to be.
They still do that.
That's it, right. But there needs to be a stamp that says this is not hip hop. You see what I'm saying? And let me tell you why hip hop doesn't hold gangster rap accountable. Because they the ones making the damn money. And nobody want to get cut out of being particularly included in on that. Why nobody rebuked the NWA? Because look what they were selling. Nobody never stepped to Big or Jay or any of the artists who was into the gangster shit because they sell. Nobody want to be on the wrong side of making money. Money came first. It's the same reason why hip-hop was sold out to the white industry.
Immediately.
Because everybody cared about the money.
Right.
When we was selling hip-hop out of our trunk and everybody was having fun, that's where it should have stayed. But niggas got thirsty for being rich and famous. And they sold it out like every other part of our culture got sold out. Music, dance, jazz. Hip-hop ain't the only thing, but I'm just showing
it's just the most vocal and easy. The only challenge I have...
Y'all can't be picking and choosing.
When
that
you
is
say
so
Big...
disingenuous because y'all don't make no distinctions nowhere else.
When you say Big died at 24. We don't know where he would have
I agree,
went.
but you still got to take at the material. I'm a big fan. I know
that.
Out. I'm just saying,
but
our greatest artist, there you go.
We specifically when we talk about Jay, Jay's not rapping about, he's not rapping about being, losing 92 bricks no more. He's rapping about art and wishing he would have made better choices.
He's on his way to 60 now. But
I'm
his
just saying
first 4 albums was about 60. What?
That was his access. That's where he was.
Jay-Z.
If we're going to give them the room to grow.
But here we go. We're going back to the journalist argument. They're not reporting what they went through neutrally like a journalist. They are celebrating and glorifying it. You understand? Look at all the rap beefs. They glorify and glamorize because conflict sells.
That's true.
You benefit from your
54.
experience. And I'm talking about you. You benefit from your experience, everything you've studied, everything you researched.
Yeah, but I'm from the ghetto too.
I'm not.
We're not. They did. We're not. No. But I can talk about what I've seen.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not even challenging that. I'm just saying you sit here today, Harold. We're all excited and we're all appreciative and cherish the moment
so
we have.
They had to glamorize it.
I'm not saying they had to glamorize. I'm saying they made
Public Enemy
something
was from the hood, but Public Enemy chose to flip it.
Right, but that's
when
what
I look at
they
Big
decided
Daddy
to do.
Kane or Rakim, they was into the gangster shit, but they also had that other side of consciousness with them. I could deal with that because it was a balance hip hop.
Ron
The Big
DMC.
Daddy Kane, the KRS, it was a balance hip hop. It's full tilt now.
Nice.
I don't know if that's true based on just the level of music that everyone has access to. Right? If you have access to this much music.
Why defend it? I'm gonna give you the same argument I gave them about Drake not coming out telling everybody he black. Why defend it and why not just make them accountable?
I think because like I said earlier, I think the conversation is deeper and we're going to need someone like you and other like-minded people that are going to be able to have that conversation outside of the white gaze. I
hear what you're saying.
Where because this is layered, right? The same issues we talk about just within the black community and how the mental struggles and the PTSD that you talk about, all of that, it's all prevalent in hip-hop.
But I don't think it's ever going to happen. You want to know why?
Oh, I agree with you.
Because the Jewish
I agree.
The Jewish companies control the financial
so it'll never happen.
blueprint of hip-hop.
I'm with you.
Nobody wants to be on the other side of not making money. And because of that, everybody's going to turn a blind eye.
Which means the grace needs to come. Which means the grace needs to come within. But like I said, it is one of the. It's almost a byproduct of being black and being in support of other black people. No, I'm not saying that.
The job of an artist is not just to describe; it is to project. An artist, even an artist that's doing art to show you the ghetto. They are still supposed to project it in such a way that shows people how this ghetto can be transformed into something it's currently not. Hip-hop artists don't do that. They don't say, this is what we're living, but this is what we should be doing.
We're also
this
talking
is
about
what we're going through, but let's take it here. You only get a handful who do that. They're not progressive.
We're also talking about 9 times out of 10, we're also talking about kids. We're talking about young people who come straight from poverty into millions. There's that middle ground doesn't happen.
This podcast is brought to you by Narai Cellars Wines, the only black-owned wines in Canada. We really know what to do. Hit the link below and scoop up not one, not two, but a case of wine. This is the white field blenders wine. So make sure you go scoop that. Hit the link below and visit NaraiCellars.ca. Let's get back to the show.
Negro, your most popular rappers, 30 and 40, still talking gangster shit.
Well, not really.
Who?
We got
What's your teeth
We're
for
talking
sure?
about
What are you
successful
hearing
people.
here?
Future.
We're talking about successful people.
Are they
Future,
talking about building institutions and saving kids? No.
that if that's not what they're
I
experiencing,
don't care how old they are. Why aren't the OGs checking them then?
because they want to be, and that's the problem. That is
They
the
want
problem.
a piece of the money.
Right there, we just found the
What
problem.
did I just say? We are idol worshipers.
But we can't hold the kids accountable if no
I'm
one's
holding
guiding
the
them.
entire culture
hold the
accountable
kids
for letting
accountable.
it go on.
Kids nowadays is
we would have to
You
hold
see what I'm saying?
but that doesn't mean allowing the painting of the
Bless you.
degeneracy to then say this represents hip hop. Because if that's
Is
because then
not hip hop primarily represented by gangster rap?
no,
Yes, it is.
I would disagree.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, it is. It is.
I would
Who
disagree.
your top 10 rappers of all time?
Mine,
Give me your
my
top five.
personal
Yours.
top, my personal top 5. It goes Jay-Z, it goes Rakim, it goes Andre 3000, Big, Kendrick.
Okay. 2 of those gangster, 2 of them not, and then 1 is kind of in the middle. You're still at 50% gangsterism. Is that acceptable?
Is it acceptable? Who's the gangster?
You can't just give a direct answer.
But we've also seen him progress
You
out
said
of it.
Big,
You don't get to progress. You don't get to
Can I ask you a
progress.
question? Can I ask you a question?
Of
If
course.
I sold dope for 30 years,
Yeah.
and I gave it up and now I'm raising my kids,
Yeah.
am I off the hook for creating a whole generation of drug addicts?
What have you done to amend for it?
What has he done to amend for it?
He's openly giving money to underfunded communities.
Stop. How many schools has he built?
None.
Stop. How many hospitals has he built?
None.
Stop. How many banks has he built?
None.
How many supermarkets has he built?
None.
I don't care about nothing else you got to say. Relevant institutions,
In
bro.
that
Don't give me no
case-
handouts.
in
Don't give me
that-
no charity.
In that case, are you any less useful or
Absolutely, because I got 2
impactful to the
schools and
community?
'one about to open. You damn
But
right.
if no one
Relevant
can, if no one can benefit from the school, what's the difference? As of right now, in this moment, if no one can benefit from said
It's a
school,
big
then
difference
how is it
because even
different
though
from?
the children can't go to the school right now, you're talking to a man who saved more black children from the school to prison pipeline than any black man ever walk in this country. So I'm still relevant. How
And
many
you
he
would-
saved from the school to prison pipeline?
Everyone he's employed.
How many people he employed? I bet you I saved more
From
than him.
Rock
How many
Nation
of
to
them?
Rockefeller.
But my point is, to whom much is given, much is received. I'm not a billionaire. He's a billionaire. You understand? So, to your point, you can't compare him to me because I'm not a billionaire. A billionaire gave out some charity, that's not enough. Billionaires should be building institutions, not giving out charity. And I like Jay, so this is not about Jay. We could talk about Tyler Perry, we could talk about Puff, we could talk about Serena, we could talk about Rihanna, we could talk about
forgot about
Tiger
Serena.
Woods, Bob Johnson. We could
I
talk
forgot
about
about that
any
too.
billionaire. We're just using Jay
Tiger
as the
Woods.
example.
Forgot
My
about him.
point is, if you're a billionaire
legal
and you ain't
issues.
built no institutions for black
Yeah,
people,
but-
He
what are
like,
you really doing?
Let me
That
pause
I'll
real
give
quick. So when you think about it, all them names he named off, Rihanna's and Jay-Z's, Tyler Perry's, and Serena Williams, Tiger Woods. Why they have like that would like see, those people right there? That would be dope to where y'all did build like something where you're at a few banks around the world, grocery stores that y'all got around the world. You know what I'm saying? Schools that y'all got around the world. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why them people couldn't do that and they get like 10 schools built somewhere, 4, 5 banks built. You know what I'm saying? Different areas around.
Most of the time when people build stuff, it's not in the United States. Like they'll travel and go
They'll
to
go, like-
Africa, which is not a bad thing, but they'll go to Africa and build like schoolings for them because the education is harder for them to have access to.
In which
Here,
I don't
it's
think
like,
I don't think nothing wrong with that. What you're
I don't
saying,
either.
but at the same time, it's like, why do we always go somewhere else instead of taking care of what's already at home?
Maybe they think that what's at home is not as bad as the outside.
I mean, that might be true, but you still should take care. You know how you say like before you try to go fix some outside, you need to fix you first. Fix what's in your own home first, and then work on going outside to fix what you can fix outside. Because if you're going out there just to fix outside, you ain't fixed on you. You ain't going nowhere. So it's like, why not fix what's in your own backyard first, and then progress and start going out and doing this? No, let me get like 2 or 3 schools over here in my own backyard, see how they do, and I'm gonna build like 2 more over here in Africa or wherever I want to build them.
Well,
at.
maybe it's another thing could be, it's like, if you build a school in Africa, everybody's going to try to go to that school. if you build a school in America, there's so many other schools that they can go to. Your student rate might not be as the same as it is in Africa.
I get what you said.
Like how you have who got a school? Jayla Rose.
I think
got a
Jalen
school.
Rose got one, and I think LeBron James got one too, though.
So you know what I'm
But
saying?
I don't hear shit else. I don't hear nothing about Jalen Rose school, and I don't be hearing
I
nothing
haven't
about,
lately. I have before,
LeBron
but
school.
over the past 2 years, I haven't really heard about it, and I've never heard anything about LeBron. But you get more kids in other countries that's more
really going to attend the schools.
Yes,
because they had no other choice but to go to that school.
There's so many options out here. You ain't got to go to Dr. Umar school. You could go to Cass Tech or Renaissance.
Yeah, but those are only really 2 schools you can think of that's still open. Redford gone. Cooley gone.
I'm not a city girl, so
I'm just saying in general.
Schools. I don't know no other school. Well, you got King over there, too. You know, you got River Road. You got Ecor. Shut up. Don't hate on my city.
That I'll give you. But I cannot.
And we can go bigger than that. We just sort of celebrated 50
Years
years
of
of hip-hop. What has been the sum benefit to black people of 50 years of hip-hop?
Outside of
name one?
economic advancement?
Could you name one?
What was the
I didn't
economic
hear what he
advancement of black America because of
So
hip-hop?
the biggest
I was kind of paying attention to our dog because
Outside of
Bruce is
economic-
looking Bella, but
advancement?
What was our 50
Years of
years
hip-hop.
of hip-hop?
Mhm.
What has been the sum benefit to black people of 50 years of hip-hop?
Outside of economic advancement?
What was the economic advancement of black America because of
It's, our
hip-hop?
it's the biggest export. Everybody in the black community.
I'm going to ask you again.
Yes, sir.
How did black America benefit from 50 years of hip-hop? And don't give me individual rappers. That's called tokenism and bourgeoisie.
I won't give I won't give you tokenism. I
How
will
have
give
we
you
benefited as a people from hip-hop?
advancements in fashion.
How? Fashion? That's
No,
nothing.
if
Advancement in fashion,
I
that
can't
ain't
let you have that.
nothing.
That
I
one I
think you
can't let you
missing
have
what
that.
he's
Control
saying,
fashion?
man.
What are you
Anyone
talking
that's
about?
able to make money, any black person that's able to make a living in an industry.
Bro, how many is that? The labels that
It's
people
way
wear
more
is
now.
white people labels.
It's way more now
What are
than
you-
what was going on.
But that's not a real benefit.
I would disagree.
How is
would
black
disagree.
America benefiting from fashion? What are we talking
Any
about?
their dialogue is funny because it's like, you know how you got in trouble at school and then your mama come home and question you and you say some bullshit. She give you a look like, how?
Yeah.
How is that?
Yeah, 'cause economically, I don't think what he talking about is fashion ain't it. So he kind of
It
already,
definitely
Dr. Umar already kind of gave him the breakdown: banks, grocery stores, schools.
Yeah.
No, so those type of
That's going to help the community and give revenue to the community.
right. So that's what he kind of talking about. But fashion, I mean, I get what my man's saying, but that's not it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really only helping that one
The
individual.
designer, yes.
That, you know what I'm saying, that's creating that fashion or that whatever he's putting out. That's not really going to help the community in like school wise or bank wise or grocery wise type shit. You know what I'm saying? But it'll make
It's gonna cause
look
chaos.
fresh. You
Yeah,
look good, but
It's going to cause competition because everybody going to try to have that essential sweater like you got.
yeah, but that's really it. Though. I don't think it's not. Yeah, they like on two different books right now.
Yeah.
Any advancement in fashion
How
for black
do we benefit
people.
from fashion, bro?
But those same companies just came out. What was the company that came out?
LVMH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You're missing what I'm saying. If hip hop, when hip hop comes, hip hop is an entire culture. Our fashion, the way we walk, the way we
How
talk.
is that a benefit to black America?
Because now people who didn't have access to jobs in the fashion, black people specifically, who didn't have access to jobs before the explosion of hip hop, 50 years
these
ago.
white
There's not a lot of black designers, so that's false as well.
Pause real quick, but
Mhm.
can you even name
A black designer?
name 3 black designers?
Nope.
Maybe one. I got what's my man's name? Kanye. But do he design clothes? He just do shoes.
He just have shoes that's owned by Adidas.
I said that's not even his then.
I can't give you.
A black.
Well, it is. It is a. I think I've seen on Instagram shoot, and they're like a company, and it's called Black something.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can find it.
But yeah,
Companies that make billions of dollars.
Forget
off
the white
of
companies.
our-
I'm talking about black-owned companies
like
that have
who? How many?
Fubu, Carl Kanai.
I'm getting out of here.
What?
What the fuck wearing FUBU and Carl Kanai in 2020?
You said in
Come
50.
on, man.
You're moving.
Come on.
You're moving the
That's
goal.
bullshit.
You're moving the goalpost.
Who wearing that?
You're moving the goalpost.
Come on,
You
man.
said in 50 years.
Oh, come on.
You said in 50 years.
You reaching, bro. You reaching.
he
That's
is
not
reaching
you,
a
though.
little bit.
That is a reach.
I mean, I do.
You
I
said in
remember
50
FUBU,
years.
50 years.
What has
You said 50
transpired?
years.
This ninja went back to the late 80s.
No.
This is crazy.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
but,
is.
But it's not as obvious. It's not where it was before. But the advancement that those four men.
Boom, boom, boom.
So 50 years,
I'm
you
bravado.
had on a FUBU jacket and some Carl Kanai.
No,
And
listen.
I
for the
ain't know,
billions that hip hop make, I'm
I ain't
supposed
know
to be
Carl Kanai
content
was
with
black.
that.
I
Did
didn't
you
say
know
be
that?
content. You
Carl
asked
Kanai?
a question.
Yeah, I ain't
I
know.
offered you.
Horrible answer. Give me something, a horrible answer.
Who decides
Horrible
war?
answer.
Who decides war? Literally having a line come out with H&M right now, and a black person owns that line. A black
But
man.
he's saying you're bringing up individual people. That's token.
But those
I
are
said the
individual
benefit-
people,
Thank
though.
you.
No,
The
no,
benefit to the
Right.
community.
No.
There's
It's a community.
always tokens. Barack Obama was president. Kamala Harris was vice president. Clarence Thomas is on the Supreme Court. Don't give me individuals. How
I
did
gave
we
you.
win?
I gave you. How did we win? We're not gonna win. Hip hop is still looked at and regarded as a trash dump amongst white people in that music industry. So no, if you're looking for me to say, oh, hip hop in 50 years has made sure that black people now are respected, and no, that's never gonna happen.
What has it done for the people?
It gave you. You listen to hip hop music and you were inspired at some point, no?
Nigga, I'm leaving.
Nigga, I'm leaving.
Moving,
Man,
we're
concrete
literally
gains,
we're
bro.
moving goalposts.
It ain't done shit in 50 years for the community.
I-
It made individuals rich, and that's it.
It then gave jobs to. It then gave jobs
They
to.
gave a couple jobs. The drug dealer giving out a couple jobs too.
But the drug dealer is. The drug dealer
Doing the same thing the rapper is selling bullshit.
The drug dealer is essential to the black community in the ghetto. You can't tell me that somebody
50
grew up
years,
in the hood.
hip-hop ain't done shit concretely beneficial
That's-
to the black
that-
community.
that's-
You
that's
gave me
incorrect.
fashion. The
That's
first thing
incorrect.
out of your mouth was fashion.
I gave
Yeah,
you
that was
fashion
bad.
and you started yelling over me.
What
But
else?
then also then there's technological advancement. Podcasting, for example. Look at all the black people that now have access to jobs and ways to make money due to that. We're still talking about rap. We're still talking about cinema. We're still talking about these camera operators, these new people
Let me
coming up
make
with
it
new.
real concrete for you.
I just made it concrete.
No, it wasn't. That was all bullshit.
No,
give
what
me a
you're about to
relevant.
say-
Give me a relevant institution that hip hop built in any community anywhere in America
I
in
just told you.
50 fucking years.
I just told you.
No, you didn't.
I just told you concrete. People that would not have had
I
access.
didn't say
You're gonna cut me off again.
individuals. I said
You're gonna
an
cut me off again.
institution.
I said people.
Where's the bank
Are
of hip hop for the black community?
The definition of the word people means not an individual. So I'm telling you, people that now of 50 years ago would not have had access to
You're
work
dealing in
these
individualism. I ask you, what did they do for the community? You can't give me nothing because they ain't done shit
People
for
from the community can now work in a music industry that there was never going to be a space for them
What the
in.
fuck? That's individualism. That ain't helping us. That's bullshit.
No.
Bull fucking shit.
No.
It's not helping us.
No, what's happening is virtual signaling. That's what's happening.
Bullshit.
Virtual signaling
Ain't done
happening.
shit. A few people could get jobs. Everybody can say that shit. Elon Musk got a couple black people on the payroll. That don't mean shit.
Elon Musk didn't come from black. He's not a black
My
person.
point is, you can get a job from anywhere, whether they
But
black
now-
or not.
but now
That's
you're
not
getting a
unique
job.
benefit.
Now black
but
people-
you're still
Go ahead.
talking about individualism, bro. A few people. You've been around for 50 years, the most popular music genre in the world, billions and billions of dollars, and all you can tell me about is a few people can get jobs? That's bullshit when you look at the cost that the black community has had to pay for hip-hop. A whole generation, 2-3 generations of black kids growing up thinking the best thing you can do is be a damn gangster.
I can't, that part I can't give you.
Yeah,
Does
no,
hip hop need accountability? Absolutely. Does hip hop need a Me Too movement? Overall, do we need to have things in place that make sure we respect women and women are safe working in these spaces? Absolutely. But will I sit here and trash hip hop and say in 50 years, it's done nothing for the advancement of black people? I've given you multiple. You just won't accept them. I can't control what you accept.
Jobs are not institutions. Jobs are not institutions.
A job is within an
institution.
I get what he's saying.
I give you Master
Give me
P.
an institution.
Hip-hop itself. Hip-hop itself is an
That's
institution.
run by white people. What the fuck you talking about? Jews own that shit. Fuck is you saying? That ain't no institution.
Jews can't own.
White people own that shit.
Jews can own the music business. They can't own hip hop.
Look at this shit.
They can't own hip hop.
Let's cut the blade a little thinner. Bullshit. They run it.
Listen,
They run it.
listen. The
They own
Jews,
this
the
shit.
Jews can sell the product. The Jews can own
God.
the money that goes out for advances. They can't own hip hop.
Go to law school. You would be a great attorney.
Who don't?
They tell you what to do and how to get there.
Who is telling you what to wear?
Who
Who
own
is
all the
telling you
major hip hop
what to?
stations? White people. Who own all the record labels? White people. Who?
We are in America, which is owned by majority white people. We are.
Interesting you should say that.
We are
Interesting
statistically
you
only
should say
represented by
that, because you
13%.
do know there's Asians in America, and their number
They
is
own
lower
their
than
own
yours,
shit.
and they own their own shit.
Right.
So don't
Sure
give
do.
me the fact
But
that
they
we in
also
America,
weren't brought over here and
It
changed.
don't matter,
No,
bro.
it don't.
We are $2 trillion people.
There's
Why
no
we
way.
can't have our own?
Dr. Umar.
Why hasn't
Dr.
hip-hop
Umar,
done more independent?
There's no way you can continue to keep moving the goalposts like this. There's no
Nobody's
way we can.
moving the goalpost.
There's no
What
way
are you
we can keep.
talking about?
There's no way we can
You're
keep
not
talking
answering
about.
the question.
There's no way we can keep talking about PTSD the way you describe it, and then say, "Oh well, they can't." You have to acknowledge.
Let me tell you what the problem is.
Racist
You know what the problem
entry
is?
into this country.
You are one of those hip hoppers who would rather. This is what you. No, you're one of them. Y'all going to defend hip hop.
I'm defending
No
the
matter
people.
how bad,
I'm defending the people.
no matter how negative its impact has been on our people, y'all going to defend it no matter what.
I'm going to defend
For
its people.
you,
Yeah.
hip hop is more important than the black community
Not at
itself.
all. Not
Sure
at all.
it is.
Not
Sure
at
it
all.
is. Sure it
Not
is.
at all. Not at
Sure
all.
it is.
I'm
So
one
then
of the.
what are you going to do to
say
make
that
these? What are you going to do to make them accountable
you would
to the
make
community?
you would
then?
make such a statement, not knowing the work that I've already put in hip hop. No, there ain't no other black heterosexual man standing up the way I'm standing up from the hood saying, "Yo, hip hop needs an overhaul. Hip hop needs a Me Too. Niggas need to be held accountable for the egregious crimes and ways they've held perpetuated against
Let me
women."
ask you a question. Hip hop has done more, in my opinion, than any other single institution or system to destroy the public image of black men in America over the past 40 years. I'm not even sure if American mainstream media has destroyed us more than the negative portrayal of black men in hip hop. Stay with me.
You just kicked
Stay with me.
an entire.
Stay
Go
with
ahead.
me.
Go ahead.
That's one. Number two, I'm not sure if American mainstream media has done more to objectify and sexualize the black woman more than our black men in the hip hop music, in the hip hop community. So you're talking about the public destruction of the black male image and the public destruction of the black female image. The only industry that may have done a worse job on our public image than hip hop has been the white man's mainstream media. Because of those two things, whatever bullshit benefit you want to give me that you think hip hop has given black America, those two detriments clearly outweigh any benefit you can name.
And you said, and just so I know what I'm referring to, you said 40.
Of the black man's image.
I'm with you.
And
the public desecration of the black woman's image. All right.
Especially young black men and young black women.
And you specifically said past 40 years.
Yes, sir.
So then I would say 40 years ago. So let's go 41 years ago. What was the public image of the black man and black woman?
It wasn't positive at all.
So
But
how can we do?
However, here you go scapegoating again. You're good at it.
Oh,
but
man.
listen, you're very good at it. But guess what?
I'm
In
no
the
better at
70s,
scapegoating than you are moving the goalposts.
In the 70s, I ain't moved nothing. In the 70s, we just came out of Dr. King's assassination.
Yeah.
Integration was full swing. The colleges was opening up, right?
Yeah.
So at that time, the image of black men, still negative because the white man never going to portray as great, But guess what?
But what was that image?
It wasn't gangbangers.
It wasn't.
It
was
wasn't
lazy.
gangbangers
It was,
and drug
it, was, it
dealers.
was lazy, opioid addicted,
Okay.
non-working men that leave the household.
I got you. And how did hip hop help it?
They said, "Well, I'll take control of my own image. I won't let
And
you
project
paint
myself
me.
as what?
Whatever I decide to.
No,
whatever
no.
I
And
decide
what
to
was
paint
that?
me.
And
Whatever
what
I
was
decide
that?
to paint me.
And what was that?
What you're doing
Project
right now.
yourself as no. Finish.
I'm about to. What you're doing right now is a little bit of what white people do, and what that is saying that because
Gotcha.
a few people said, "Oh,
A few.
I'm a
people.
gangbanger."
A few.
Oh,
More
people?
than a few,
Well,
definitely.
A few rappers.
a few rappers. Because rappers.
Get the fuck out of here. Did he just say only a few?
How many
The
rappers
whole
are there?
fucking culture,
How
man.
many rappers
Be
are there?
honest if
How
you
many
gonna talk
rappers have
about
there
this
been?
shit.
How many
Be
famous?
honest,
How
man.
many
He
famous?
said a few.
Listen,
Fuck wrong
Doc, you know we could do this all day. I'm not gonna yell. I'm gonna wait for you to finish. Then I'm gonna re-ask my
fact
same
that you're
question.
Not being honest is insane. You said out of 40
few-
years, a few rappers were gangster.
No. I'm saying you can say all rappers were gangsters. How many successful rappers were there? Were there more successful rappers than there are black men walking a regular, everyday civilian life?
Now he went to how many were successful. I don't get successful
Are
according
we
to
not
who?
talking about the
Because
public?
guess what?
Are we not talking
Guess
about the
what?
public image? No.
Guess what?
Are we not talking about the
Guess-
public
But you
image?
still ain't answer. You still ain't give them no institute. You
Thank
never
you.
moved.
I
Thank
said
you.
I
Thank
said
you.
hip hop
Thank
is
you.
the institution.
Okay,
No,
fine,
that's
but now
owned by
you
white
the-
people.
No,
It's
no. The
That's owned by
music
white
business
people.
is owned by.
All right.
From an
So
institution, I'm still waiting.
to your institutions, big companies that are run by black men and women.
No, that hip hop.
His
That hip
definition
hop.
of
Let him answer.
What's different? What's this? All right, let's redefine
Okay.
institution. Let's do that right there.
Well, relevant. First of all, it's all black owned.
All black owned.
I'm not talking about the white man owning it and
Yes.
you in it and that makes it black.
Okay.
No. Okay? They own McDonald's. You being in McDonald's don't make McDonald's black.
No.
Okay? Now, relevant institutions are schools, banks, hospitals, supermarkets, manufacturing, and distribution. In 50 years, has hip hop created any one of those anywhere in black America for black people?
Okay. So here's
Yes
the thing.
or no first?
Hold on. So
The answer is
Answer
no.
my
The
question.
answer is no.
Answer the
answer is
fucking
no.
question.
Listen,
Hold
the
on,
answer. No, I'm gonna tell you.
we-
The answer is no based on what he just asked you.
exactly.
Right?
But
that's him
So now we
putting
can
you
know
in a
that. Now,
corner.
now let's
That's
move the
why he's
goalposts
doing
a
it to
little
you
bit.
and won't do it
Now
over
let's
here.
move the goalposts a little bit to help y'all out with your weak ass argument. So they definitely didn't do none of the 5 relevance. Now give me something else that circumstantially relevant.
I wasn't
Institution.
asking if it. All right. I want to first off
The
define
hip hop don't matter,
institution.
is what you're saying. Hold on. So Dr. Umar, you're saying
Oh, it
hip hop
mattered a
don't
lot.
matter.
It destroyed the whole image of black men and black women in 30 years. It matters a lot.
Hold on.
What other institution?
Institutions. So our companies,
guy, yo.
institutions. Our media
You
companies.
don't want to hold the
I'm holding.
degeneracy.
Our media
Dr. Umar,
companies,
me and you.
institutions.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. I know it's your show. Hold
Our
on, bro.
media companies, institutions.
Completely black owned? Yes, if they putting out positive media, I will consider them. Positive media. Who is
Positive
that?
media is black owned.
Okay.
That is a good institution.
I don't know. Who is it? You got to tell me who you're talking about first.
There's no one. He's putting you
Unfortunately-
into a corner. There's
unfortunately,
no one.
Did he own the revolt?
And that wasn't, according to him,
But-
that's not positive because it
But it's not-
celebrated.
it's not positive.
It
Shouldn't
have put it.
celebrated
I
hip hop
would've
and
said
it's
Diddy,
natural,
though.
so it's not
What
positive.
about
not
Magic
positive.
So that's what I'm
Johnson?
telling you. He's putting
His
and
theory.
it was
But
bad.
that's
And
only
you
in
also
one
walked
community.
you walked yourself in that corner because then you said Diddy. So that was crazy.
But don't he got any, grocery
I
stores?
would have
No.
never said that at all.
No.
Does
But I
the
don't know if movie-
community access
I
revolt?
don't know if movie theaters
Yes.
count. Though.
Yes.
That's how I would say it. What
Actually,
about?
actually,
The
so much.
community can watch revolt. I didn't say can they consume revolt. I said can they access revolt.
When you
is
say-
that a community institution?
When you
or
say-
is that an institution of certain privileged black people in the entertainment space?
Yeah.
That's not-
So
the
what do you-
community don't benefit from revolt. Fuck is he
don't.
talking about?
I get what he's saying.
About the institutions once again.
So the community would
I was talking about
benefit
because here's the
from the
institution that
theaters
benefit
because that would
community.
create
So
jobs
Revolt
in
is
their
not a
area.
community institution.
And
it's
it
a
would
private
be
corporation that
more
is access
access
and benefits the
for the
black
community.
people who are fortunate enough to
But
be.
maybe yeah.
If you think,
He just
if you
don't. I don't
think,
know.
if you think
He
it's
don't
not
have a lot,
important, and I know you
I
don't.
would
I know you
say.
don't. So I'm not
I
even
said
disrespecting you by saying that. But if you think it's irrelevant that black people in underserved communities today can turn on the TV and see people that look like them, that come from where they come from, on TV and
What
doing
the
things.
fuck? That's the
I
same
know,
argument
it don't
they
matter. I
gave
know.
us when Barack Obama became president. Remember that?
No,
They
'cause not
said
everybody can be a
black
president.
kids can see a black man with a black wife
No,
in the White House.
it's completely
And you
different.
know what I said? I said, if that's the case, if Obama was such a good physical symbol for
representation?
black kids, why did high school dropout go up during Obama's residency? Black on black murder went up on.
Well, there's no such thing as
Not
black
a
on black murder.
single
You see what I'm
positive-
saying?
Not a single positive statistic improved the outcomes
You
for
can't
black
play.
males
See,
during Barack
to
Obama.
win the argument, you can't play both sides. And I just seen.
I only play one side,
No.
and it's the
Hold
black
on.
side.
No. We talk about black. We talk about Pan African, but then you can't use white people virtue signals either. You can't
What are you
talk
talking about?
black on black violence goes
What are you
up.
talking
when
about?
black on black violence is not
No,
even a real crime
no.
stat.
I'll take
That's
your
not
argument.
that's not even a
You're
real
wrong.
crime
You're
stat.
completely wrong.
You just said
You're
it.
completely wrong.
I didn't
You're
hear it.
completely wrong. I gave you an example of the bullshit example you was about to make. You just
I
said,
didn't make any-
you
Go ahead,
listen,
go ahead.
you said they can see artists who look like them on TV
I said
talking
people,
about
but
drugs
yes.
and guns
That's
and
not
fat
what- that's
asses.
not what I said. You added that. You added that. I
But
didn't say that.
he's
just
playing
said it was a good
semantics now. I
idea.
said
That's not what I
people.
said.
Because black
But we
boys
knew
can
what
see
you talking
black
about.
men on
That's not-
TV with their pants sagging and their Timbs.
Once again-
talking about fat
Once
asses,
again-
He didn't
blunts,
say that.
going
Once
to
again-
jail,
once again, you
and
playing
killing
you
each
playing
other.
virtue
And
signal
so I
games.
said,
You
no,
playing
that's what
virtue
you said.
signal games.
Did
I
you
didn't
not
say
say
that.
artists on TV?
No, I said.
Did you not say artists on-
I
said
did not.
people.
No. You can run the tape back. I said
You
if you don't
just
think
said
it's a
they
good
can see
idea.
them on TV.
I said if you don't think it's a good idea that black kids in underserved communities can look on TV
That's what I
and
just
media.
said.
I didn't know because you didn't let me finish. And see black people. I didn't say artists. I didn't break it down to any specificity. I said can look on there and
But
see
we talking
black
about hip-hop,
people.
right?
Yeah.
In hip hop
Aren't
being
we
a
talking
culture,
about
I'm
hip-hop?
talking about hip hop, not rap. Rap is a specific form of
See the
hip hop.
games we play?
That's the game.
See
You
the
guys
games
are
we
both
play?
You guys are both moving the goalposts.
I'm not moving shit.
I'm
What
gonna
I
cut it
ain't
off.
let me
moving
say it
nothing.
like this.
Baby.
What?
I ain't got a thing up there.
I'll take that. You can put the video on there though, right?
Yeah, you right here. I didn't put the little screen up like this.